Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning, everyone. Code2Corporate Bootcamp coming to day 4 session, we will be discussing about Git and GitHub. Okay. So in our previous sessions, right? What you guys? We had a discussion about how we should behave in corporate, and also we discussed about what are the different things available in this particular bootcamp. So we go over multiple details like how different domains are in there in IT and how you can switch from one area to another area. Same way, what are the different roles available in IT? We have discussed about them and how AI is getting started in the IT industry and how AI can replace our jobs. Okay, that's what we have discussed till now. And today we'll be discussing about Git and GitHub. And today, whatever we discuss, right, I will be like, I don't know anything about GitHub. Then how I will start learning GitHub or working with GitHub. Okay, that's today. That's the main goal of today's session. Before that, we'll give a little intro about Git and GitHub. Okay, so Git and GitHub. If you see, right, GitHub. This is what we are talking about. GitHub.com. Okay. Okay, so build and ship software on a single platform. You are able to view the other incognito window. Build and ship software on a single collaborative platform. Are you able to see that?
What's it? What's it?
Are you able to see my screen now? What you are seeing now?
Dashboard.
Dashboard.
GitHub dash. Yes, GitHub dashboard.
Oh, okay. So got that. Mm, now how I can access the other thing? I should log out. Again, I need to log in here. Okay. So this is github.com where we can build and ship software on a single collaborative platform. You can edit your files and everything. So let's have some introduction about GitHub today. So the thing is introduction to version control. So for example, Lohit and Janeshwar or whoever, okay. So you are working on a Word document. So today, end of the day, what you've done is a Word document. You edited everything and you created a final document saying document final on May 23rd. Okay. And you left for the day. And tomorrow you come back and again you edited that soft document and kept it as May 24, 2025. Just imagine after few days, what will happen? You will be having 20 to 30 documents every day because you are editing every day and you are taking a backup. Just you don't want to lose anything, that's why you're taking backup of every day. So at the end of the day, you will have so many files. Okay. Instead of that, if you go for a version control, right? So you can directly save the files in that, and the version control itself takes care of. Version control will be taking care of this saving the files in a multiple versions. Okay, that's the use of version control. Okay, so Previously, people are like they are saving multiple files. It takes a lot of time. For example, if they want to access specific file, right, it takes a lot of time. They have to go and check what is the update there and what I really updated there. So these kind of things, right, that takes a lot of time. That's why we should go with this particular version control, and that is very useful for each and everyone. Okay, so what is version control? Just now we discussed, right? A system that records changes to a file or set of files or folders or whatever. Okay, a system that records the changes, that we call it as version control. Okay, think of as a save button with a memory of every save. Think of as a save button with a memory of every save. Just remember that. So for example, if I saving now, right, there will be history will be created. Just like, for example, if you see Google Docs, if you open any of the Google Docs, right, whenever you are saving something, so there will be history will be created. New version will be created at the same time, and you can revert back to that particular version. That's how this version control will work. So let me open any of the document in Google. I just screenshot. Yes, I'm working couple of documents. Let me share my screen. So basically, this is the Word document in Google document, sample doc. And this is the content. I'm just copy pasting it again and again. At the top, it's having like saving. So whenever you're editing something, right, there will be option of saving. You see here, there is a history here. So we will be having multiple versions. 612 is the one version, and 613 we have one more version. For example, I have edited this file again by adding new tab. Now see, if we go to history, right, there will be some more changes. On 614, we have some more changes. So basically, same file is saved in multiple format. Whenever you want to go for to this particular version, right, you can directly click here and restore this version. So you will be, all our changes will be go at 6:12 a.m. The same way, if you want to go to this particular version, you will just select and give this. Or else you can name this version. For example, you have added ballistic missile here. Maybe you are adding testing Agni. Here you added so these kind of things. So maybe you can say like starting off. So these are nothing but comments for these particular versions. So for example, you just don't want any other changes, you can directly go to restore this version, restore. So everything got deleted here. Again, you want to go back to that particular version. 614 is the new version. Yeah, restore this version. Again, you got these particular things. So this is the use of versioning, and this is the use of how versions will be working. So this is the basic idea on this one, Google document. Similarly, in our projects also, we will be using similar kind of setup. Okay. And why is version control is important in IT? What is importance? Tracking the changes. So, for example, there are like multiple people are working on this particular document, right? So each person name will come here. Each person name will come in here. For example, here see Mohan Vamsi is worked on this particular document at 6:14 a.m. In the same way, Logit, Naneshwar, maybe Ishita, anyone. Okay, they are working on the same document. Then they will get the names. Okay, saying like this guy is updated this particular document. So tracking changes is very easy using these version controls. And also collaboration. So collaboration is nothing but like multiple people can work on the same project and the same file. But you have to follow a couple of things, okay, that we will be discussing later. But collaboration is like it will allow multiple people to work on the same project or file and without overwriting each other's work. For example, if Vamsi saved that work, right, that will be saved under Vamsi's name, and Suresh saved that number file, then that will be on Suresh names. That's how it will be going. So backup and restore. For example, just like we did, right, restore to this particular version is very easy. Just click on a minute, okay, just restore this version. All the changes will be applied to that particular version. So backup, you can always, it's automatically takes backup, right, in the same way that also works in version control. And branching and merging. This is little advanced, okay. For example, uh, if Vamsi is working on a project, okay, in that project there are like bugs got created, okay. Actually, there is issue with their project. So what Vamsi will do, right? He will create a branch and he will update all the things in branch. Once he tested everything, right, then he will commit to main. Hey, I don't even know what is main and what is branch and how you're saying it. We'll be discussing that later. But for now, merging branching, it's a little advanced topic. Just keep it for now. We'll be discussing that later. Okay. Accountability, clear history of contributions. For example, Vamsi updated changes like multiple times, like 10 times he updated, and another person updated like 5 times. Another person didn't touch anything on code, right? And manager or HR, they can clearly see, right? Okay, this guy is not working anything. This guy didn't update anything in repository from past 5 days or 6 days for past 1 month. Okay, so that will be the thing. Like you will know who is working and who committed the changes and who updated the code. So these kind of things. So that's why it will maintain clear history of contributions in the repository. Okay, so basically why version control is important, tracking changes, collaboration within the team, backup and restore, and also branching and merging, accountability. So it will know who updated things in near time. So introduction to Git. So Git is a version control. Okay, the mostly used distribution version control system in industry. Okay, everyone using Git now. Okay, not just single person, not just single company. Everyone using GitHub repositories and Git. They will connect to Git and they will update few things and they will come back to their project. So there are some other repositories as well, but they are not got much attention. Okay, maybe some open source. Git is open source, so anyone can use these GitHub projects and all. That's why people are widely using. And see, if you see that previously we have opened, right? See, like recently there are like 10,000 crores or something. They updated things, and see, you can code and you can plan the current sprint milestones. So we can plan kind of things. and collaborate. Like, see, multiple people are working in the same document. They are like, that was styling inconsistency that I found, everything else looking good to me. So he updated that styling, maybe CSS file he updated. So C is what saying, like, we just published the report. C October got testers 323. Okay. And Copilot reviewed 6 by 10 changes. Copilot is GitHub Copilot. Okay. So GitHub Copilot, what it done, it reviewed the changes and it generated 3 suggestions. So it doing some automation here, like AI things, GitHub workflows. So whenever you commit something in GitHub, right? Sometimes you can say like you can start like some another action should take space. Sorry. So whenever you do commit changes to GitHub, right, we can say like trigger this pipeline and deploy our code to server. Okay, these kind of actions also we can do that using GitHub. They call it as GitHub Actions and all, and it's secure. Okay, GitHub used by so many people and it's secured platform till now. And people are storing their most of their projects in GitHub and they can be accessed at any time. You can create projects in private and public. For example, if you searching for something, right, you will find most of the projects in GitHub. Okay, whatever you want to practice something in Node.js, React, or Flutter, Figma, anything. Everything will be available in GitHub as a public repositories. Then there will like multiple people will contribute for those things. Okay, and you can go and you can use them. GitHub Autopilot, right? That will be like a bot that will help with your programming and that will help with getting, I mean, what do you call it? Reviewing your bugs and reviewing your files and all. That's the use of GitHub Copilot. So Duolingo boosts developer speed by 25% with GitHub Copilot because they are introduced this AI bot tool in their organization. So developers is easy to code with this GitHub Copilot. They are using multiple AIs, but GitHub Copilot doing a great job for them. So that's the case. Work 55% faster, increase productivity with AI-powered coding assistance, including code completion chart and more. Code completion is nothing but, for example, he started like creating a function, right? It automatically creates arguments in the function and also it add comments in the functions and it will, and we can chat with that particular function. That's the use of GitHub Copilot. This is another company. What we can do in Git, right? We can automate flows and there are a lot of things, okay? We'll be discussing few of them now, okay? Then we'll move to the next topic. So these are the main 4 points we should remember, 4 or 5. Yes, repository. Repository is nothing but, for example, you're working in a project. So all your project files will be part of one folder. Okay. So in GitHub, we'll create a folder so we like something. Okay, let's start. I'm going to home here. I'm just clicking on new. So I'm creating a new project here. So for example, my project is like, what is today's session? Okay, go to corporate. It's showing it's available. Okay, description. See the bootcamp and for students. And keep it public or private. For now, I'm keeping it public. Later, we'll delete that. Add a README file. README file is nothing but just you can have some instructions. Okay, choose license, which license, Apache. There are multiple license. I'm going with nothing because I will be deleting it later. Instead of giving this one, right? I will give sample. Just click on that. It will create a repository. See, now you're in GitHub and you created a repository called sample repository. So this is nothing but repository. Repository is nothing but a project folder in GitHub. So whatever files you will save, right? Everything will be saved here. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. Just ask me whenever you have anything, okay? And commit. See, initial commit is you're seeing, right? Initial commit is nothing but is saving it a file. Just like you will be saved, right? In your Word or any other document. So initial commit also work like that. Initial commit or commit also work like that. If you go by the definition, right? You're just saving the things. A snapshot of your repository at a specific point of time. So for example, if you see this particular commit, it is like 1 minute ago, and every commit will have a number. Okay, C70FD1F. Okay, you can remember, you can write it down when there are important changes happening in your GitHub. And also there is only one commit here. So unique ID. Okay, commit has a unique ID. This is the unique ID. And also end commit message explains the changes. So while committing, right, people usually, this is the commit message, and people usually, like for example, I'm updating this particular HTML document. So those kind of things, right? They are nothing but commit message. So whenever you are committing a file, right, you should write comments saying like, okay, I'm updating this particular thing. I'm updating this particular thing. You have to mention that. That is nothing but commit message. So, for example, you've made changes and mentioned like Logit is updated. Again, tomorrow you updated something and you said Logit is updated. After a few years, when you see that commit, right? Okay, Logit is updated. What Logit is updated there? So you should mention what is happening there. What are the things we need to do? So what are the things I have updated? Those kind of details, minute details, you can share it there so that other developers and team members will be understanding, okay, what is this commit refers to? Branch. A lightweight mobile pointer to commit allows you to diverge from the main line of development. The default main branch is often called main or master. So just you're working in a Windows machine and you are working on a Word file. So first file name will be, okay, first file name will be Code2Corporate Bootcamp running nodes or something. Okay, that's your file name. But when you want to update something, you may think like, okay, if I update something here, I will lose entire data. So just I will take backup of that one and then I will edit the backup. If everything good, right, I will rename that backup back to the original file name. Okay, that's what we will do normally. So same formula will be applying here. So for example, if I go to repository, right, where I am, okay, I'll go to repository. Now I am adding a couple of details here. Let me add a couple of files here. How I can add file? Okay, I don't know how to add a file here. Where I can add file? Just look at this UI. You find anything, there's a plus icon. You can click on the plus icon and you can create a file. Okay, yeah, as simple as that. Okay, this is my HTML page. Cutting something. Again, having a pretty bad. My sample before 2020. My file name is index.html. Keeping everything in main for now. I'm just creating couple of files, okay? So I created this file. I'm committing changes. Created sample file called index.html with some very basic details like title. You can commit directly to the main branch and create a new branch for this commit and start a pull request. There are two ways. First, I will commit directly to main branch. I'm committing changes. Okay. Now, if you see, so previously I'm having only one file, readme.md. Now I'm having multiple files. One is readme.md and another one is index.html. Okay. So if you see this last commit message, created sample file called index.html with some very basic details like head and title. So now you can see all the details here. Now we'll be discussing about what is, sorry guys, sorry. So now we'll be discussing about what is branch. Branch, what we discussed, we'll create a same copy of original files. Instead of file, we'll be creating copy of complete repository. To create a copy of complete repository, we can just click here and then view all branches. You can click on new branch. Branch name will be you can say branch name will be 0523 and source is main. So I'm taking copy of this main branch into this particular branch. Create a new branch. So if you go back to repository, right? In this we'll have multiple branches. Main is the master one. It cannot be deleted and it should be present all the time. And it is the one we'll be using for production deployments. Okay. Branch is nothing but when you want to work something. So basically I don't want to disturb anything in main. That's why I created a branch. Now what I will do, right? I will add multiple files here. I'm having one more file called style.scss. H1. And this is just sample things, okay? Not good at it on the styling part of it. I created one more file called style.css. Created style.css. We'll add some styling to index.html page. It changes directly to the branch. So now if you see 1, 2, 3 files are there in branch 0523, but there are only single branch in main. Sorry, in branch we have 3 files and in main branch we have only 2 files. Okay, next topic will be like merge, the process of combining changes from one branch to another. So what I am doing, right? Now what I will do, I will create a pull request from branch 0523 to main. So what will happen? All the files which are part of this branch 0523, we copy it to main branch. So for testing purpose, let me create one more file. Yes, I will delete it fast now. Another file .txt. Every time you should type something about the change. So that will be very useful. So now I'm having the 4 files here. In main branch, I am having only one file, 2 files, sorry. So now what we have to do, right? We have to create a pull request. Pull request, why will create a pull request? To merge these two branches from branch 0523 to main branch. Now just click here, compare and pull request. If you don't know here, you can go to pull request here and you can click on new pull request. See, now base main and compare branch will be branch 0523. This arrow mark refers, okay, all the details from branch 0523 will go to main branch. You can see what are the different changes. We added style.css, we added another file.txt. So these are the 2 files added in branch. Now create a pull request. This is the pull request to update send changes. Maybe you can explain what are the points we have, like you are discussing. Yeah, added this functionality, added one more functionality. Shared a couple of details and created pull request. Now it will compare and everything. Now it will say no conflicts with base branch. Merging can be performed automatically. Now I can perform fetch pull request. Branch 0523 merging with main branch. Confirm merge. So merge is completed. Now go back to your code. See, now in main branch, I'm having 4 files. In branch also, I'm having 4 files. Now all the work is done. Some projects, right? They will be deleting the branch, which so all the changes are done to main, right? So we can delete this particular branch. We can delete it from here, I guess. There is a branches thing. There somewhere you will see branches. Okay, 2 branches. My work done with branch 0523. So I'm deleting that particular branch. It's deleted. Now go back to code and see. See, only main branch is present. That other branch got deleted. Do you have any questions in this? Are you able to follow what I'm saying here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything in your mind, like how this happened? What is the use of the?
Yes, sir. The merging is merging.
Okay, got that. So this is our main branch, okay? And we created a branch here. This is branch 1. In main branch, I am having a 2 files here. Branch 1, I created a copy of this, okay? So how many files will be there in branch 1? I
Two
created a
files
copy.
only.
Yeah, yes. So in branch 1 also we'll having a 2 files. So these 2 files are copied from here. Okay, these 2 files are copied from here to here. Both branches are present in GitHub repository now. Okay, now what I am doing, right? I have added couple of other files here. Okay, so now how many files will be there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files here. Here in main branch, I'm having a 2 files. Now my point is like now I have to push everything from 1, 2, 3, these 3 files into main branch. I have to push here. Okay, to push like this, we have to create a pull request. So pull request, we need to create a pull request. Okay, you will be using this pull request very often and you need to get approvals from your managers. Those kind of things will be there. So now I have created a pull request saying like what this pull request will do, right? It will identify the changes. Okay, these are the changes. This pull request will copy all the changes from here to here to the main branch. Pull request how will create, right? From branch 1 to main branch. This is how you will create a pull request. So at the time, what will happen? All the details once pull request completed, right? It will happen. All the documents from pre1 copy to main branch, or else in another way, whatever part of here, right? They will be copied here. So once this is done, right? People usually do what they will do once merge is completed. They will just delete this particular branch. So again, it will be like this. Now there are some more changes came back. Okay. So again, you will create a new branch. There are some more changes. So then what we'll do, we will create a branch again, maybe B2. In this branch, when you create this branch, right, you will be getting all the files again from here. So you are creating a copy of this. So all the files will be copied here. Now what you are doing, now you added couple of other files in between. Okay, you added few new files. 1, 2. You have added one more file here. So how many total files here? Here we are having 5 files now. Okay. Here normally you are having a 5 files. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now explain me the process, how I can copy all files from here to main. How I can do that? Yeah, you can answer. How I can copy these files from branch 2 to main branch.
Merging.
Before merging, what do we have to do?
Same thing, sir. These new added files added to main file.
Yeah, yes. Main branch, how I can do that? So that's the concept of pull request. You have to create a pull request. So pull request will identify what are the changes. Okay. So if you create a pull request, right, it will identify, okay, this is the change.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This is the change. Okay. There are two files I need to update. So what it will do, to, it will apply that pull request, merge branch and all. So it will be copy all the files from here to there. So after some time, once merge is completed, right, what will happen? All the details from here will be copied to main branch, just like that. So both main and branch 2 will be having same data now. That's why usually what they will do, right, will be deleted. There like some rules will be there. So branch will be deleted after 30 days, or branch will be deleted after 5 days, branch will be deleted after 7 working days. It's all depends on your company policy. Okay. So these are the main points in GitHub repository. There are some GitHub commands, okay, we'll be discussing in later stages, but these are the some GitHub commands. Git init, initialize a new Git repository. So whenever you remember when we creating Git repository, there is a command called initial commit. Whenever you hit a command git init, that is nothing but you are initializing a Git repository. So usually you are creating a new Git repository. And git status, check the status of your working directory. Working directory is nothing but this one, your current file. Sorry. So your current files will be calling as working directory, where you select changes you want to include in the next commit. That will be cutting as a staging area. You know staging,
To
stage,
main.
it's not a main, it's not a main branch, but for example in this process, right, staging area nothing but we identify changes, right? Couple of things. For example, in this part, staging area is nothing but these three. These three comes under staging area. So as where you select changes you want to include in the next commit. Okay. Because when next commit changes, right, these are the next commit changes. We call it as a staging area. Entire thing will be calling as a working directory, and this particular part will be calling as staging area. Okay. And git directory or repository, where git stores the history of your commits, git commit. If you see here, where is our GitHub? Okay, see, these are some nothing but commit changes. This is one commit, this is another commit, this is index commit, and this is style.commit. So those are nothing but GitHub commits and all. So now go back to GitHub commands. Git init is nothing but initializing a Git repository. Git status, right? Check the status of your working directory in staging area. What is the status? Okay, how many are pending? How many you want to add it to the GitHub repository? To add a file, you will be adding git add command. So every time GitHub commit, right? Git commit is the command, and -m hyphen m, we call it as a message. For example, whatever the message is you are seeing, right? Whenever you are using commands, all the message will be present here in the double quotes, and it will be added to your GitHub repository commits. Git log, you can see where is the git log here. Maybe you are unable to see here, but git log is nothing but where you can see all the commit history. Okay, sorry. This is the git log. This is the commit history, right? This is nothing but git log. Git branch. If you want to create a How we have created branch here, just like this. Go to branches and you clicking on this new branch. Instead of that, you can do this one. Git branch space branch name. So it will be creating your Git branch. In the same way, Git checkout. Git checkout. Maybe I didn't explain this. We'll explain that. Okay. And Git merge is nothing but you are merging one branch to another branch, right? After creating pull request, you are merging two branches. That's we call it as merge. For the command will be git merge. So until now we discussed about Git. Okay, Git is nothing but how you will connect to this GitHub and how you can connect to the versions and all. And next point will be GitHub repository. So GitHub is nothing but where all the repositories will be present. In this is nothing but GitHub. Okay, enter these things, right? GitHub, we call it as GitHub, where we will have all the repositories and the collaboration with the multiple teams. Everything will be done in GitHub. Okay. Not only Git hosting platform, mention GitLab, Bitbucket briefly. Okay, sorry. There are some other things, okay, it's not needed now. That will be very advanced. For now, you have to remember what is Git and what is the use of GitHub and how the repositories will be created, how the branches will be created, how the pull request will be created, how you will commit the changes, how you will merge the branches. So these kind of things are main things. And GitHub concepts. Remote repository is nothing but you can say I have to go to comments, but it's not up to me. Okay. Okay, this part, right? This is nothing but GitHub. Okay, this is GitHub. Okay, this is your actual system, your local machine, I can say. So what everyone will do, right? For example, there is a repository in GitHub. Okay. So what I will do, right? Okay, this is the fresh day. I'm starting my work today. Okay, now I need to get the code from GitHub. So here we call this one as remote repository. This is nothing but remote repository which is available in GitHub. Now what I will do, right? I will pull this. Sorry, not pull. I will do the checkout. What I will do, check out. Checkout. Once you done the checkout, right, what will happen? This remote repository will be copied to your local. Okay, the content will be the same. Okay, we'll be having like 1, 2, 3 files. All the files will be present in local repository as well. So this is your local machine. What I done, right? I checked out from GitHub to local repository. So you understood that this one. What is the use of checkout? This is what checkout is nothing but switch to a different branch here. Normally we call it as switch to a different branch. Now the branch is like this branch. For example, this is main branch. This is main branch. I'm having a one more branch. This is branch one. For example, if developer is want to work on specific branch, right? For example, if you want to work on this particular branch, right? So you'll be checking out this one. So you will be having a copy of this particular branch in your local machine. So these two will be called it as local remote repositories, and this will be calling as local repository. What will happen, right? You will be changing this local repository however you want. Okay, you will be changes, you will be adding couple of files here. I'm just for representing purpose, I'm adding all these things. Okay, so you created all these things in local repository. Now what we'll do, right? Now what you will do? Now I need to copy this local repository to this branch one. What I should do? Now I need to,
Pull up, sir.
what do we need to do? How I will copy changes from local repository to remote repository. Basically, whatever changes I have done here, right, all should be copied to this one.
Automatically, sir.
No, 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 not automatically. What is the one thing I can do so that all these local repository files will be copied to this remote repository branch? Okay, now what I have to do, right? Now I have to do the commit. What do you need to do? Commit. So once you do the commit, right, all the changes from local repository will be copied to this remote repository. So once you apply the commit, right, what will happen? So once you apply this commit, right, so everything part of this local repository will be committed to remote repository. So this will become your remote repository. Okay. Now what I need to do to copy this remote repository to main branch? What I need to do? Now I need to copy that branch one to main. What I need to do? To copy this branch from here to here, right?
Yeah, it's pull up again.
My voice is breaking.
Pull up.
Now I need to commit the changes from branch one to main branch. What I need to do? I mean, merging both the things.
Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, we have to create a pull request.
Yes, pull request.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very starting stage, right? You will be forgetting, no issue. So you will be creating a pull request. So once you created a pull request, sorry guys, sorry. So once you created a pull request, what will happen? need to look for alternative here. Yeah. So once you created this pull request, right? Everything from branch, whatever there is branch, right? That will be copied to your main. Okay. So all the mains will be updated. So if you see here, right, we where we started from branch, we created a checkout. From checkout, we updated everything and we did a commit. And commit, we created a pull request. From pull request, we clicked on merge. So if you go one by one, right, first will be checkout one, changes will be two, and commit will be three, pull request will be four, edge will be five. These are the different steps. Checkout, commit, checkout, updates, commit, pull request, merge. So these are the steps we will follow. Okay, every time while coming to GitHub. Okay. So whatever we done with the GUI, right? You can do everything in commands as well. You can practice GitHub in commands. If you have any questions, right? Yeah, you will be having a questions because we never done that, right? So maybe next session or sometime we'll be discussing about these Git commands as well. So next topics we'll be discussing about. So these are right. You can read about these points here: git clone, git push, git pull, git fork. So pull request and merge request. So this is the workflow we are talking about. Whatever we discussed here, right? And this is the thing. Clone a repository, nothing but checking out that repository or git clone. And also create a new branch for your work. So basically we'll create a new branch again and make changes and commit them. So you will be updating those branches and commit back to changes to GitHub and push your branches to GitHub with you good push. Nothing but see from here branch, right? You commit changes, later you will push. Push is nothing but once you push the changes, right? All the changes from local will be go to your remote repository. I mean your actual repository. That is where we will using git push command. So after that, you already know about git pull request. Teams will review the code. Whenever you create a pull request, right, there will be some your manager or lead or someone, they will be reviewing that code and then they will approve the changes. Then you will go for merging pull request. So once everything is done, you can again use a git pull command to pull changes from your GitHub repository to your local. So collaboration, like there will be multiple team members will be part of this GitHub, right? So there will be a collaboration and code review will be done by your management and everyone and integration with tracking systems. So sometimes your pull request will be linked with Jira or any other systems. Okay, they may be integrated with some service notifiers. Okay, there are a lot of things can be integrated, but in basically whenever you create a pull request, right? Who is having a approval authority, right? They will get notification saying like there is a pull request created by Lohit. Can you please approve that? If he is okay to approve, then it will go for the next stage. CACD, that is also little advanced. CACD is nothing but continuous integration and continuous development. So we'll be discussing that later part. It will be maybe day 12. Okay. So recap is like you can practice by installing Git in your local machine. Okay, just install this particular software in your automation kit. Okay, and connect to your GitHub account and try to run these commands. If you get any questions, right, you can come back to me on, you can ping me on Saturday sometime, okay? Or else we'll be discussing that on Monday. I don't want to waste Monday again, so you can ping me on Saturday and Sunday if there are any issues or anything, any challenges you are facing, so that we'll be discussing about that. Install this Git and create an account in GitHub and try to connect both of them and update the files. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today. Anything on your mind, like any questions, any of the,
No, sir.
okay. Thank you. Yeah, I will be ending this recording for today.